أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء المرسلين محمد وأهل بيت الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين واللعنة على أعدائهم من الآن إلى يوم الدين أما بعد فقد قال الله سبحانه والفرقان الحميد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربي زدني علما صدق الله العلي العظيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, hope everyone is well.
Alaikum salam.
Today's lesson, I'm going to review some things and also cover some new concepts, inshallah. So just bear with me one second. I just need to get this onto the screen. I've just got it on the screen. I just want to remove anything which is not required at the moment. Right. The question which I'm going to ask is, where's it go? How do you make the imperatives for a three-letter verb? It's a question which I have covered before, but I need to quickly review this and then continue with the lesson itself. Who is going to answer the question? I'm going to ask this question to someone who has been away for a few lessons. Actually, let's choose Sister Sukaina Khalfan.
Okay, I was expecting this. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay. So,
How do you make imperatives?
yeah, so imperatives are only constructed using the second person, present tense only, using not majhul, but ma'loom. So for instance, we did a couple of them for the three letters, like if you had, I think it's, is it?
I'll put on the screen for you as well to help you.
So no, I have my notes. So I had zaraba, right? So we used the word tazribu, and from tazribu we created the imperative, and it is izrib, because the dad has a sakin, so we put the hamzatul wasl, the alif with the hamzatul wasl comes in, and it takes a kasra form because of the third letter, which is the ra in this case, in my case. So it had a kasra. So the i'rab on the first letter, because of the second letter having the sukoon, would follow the third letter, the second last letter. Okay, and then the last letter would take the i'rab of a jazm, which is a sakin. Correct?
Correct.
Okay, and yeah, and then what we also said,
It's everything on the screen for you. That's going to help you as well.
Yeah, and this, I think we said for fatha and kasra, in both cases, the alif has a kasra. So whether the ra has a kasra or a fatha, the alif, the hamzatul wasl, when it has a fatha or kasra i'rab, the third last letter, your alif would always take a kasra. But when it is a dhamma, then it stays a dhamma.
Excellent.
Yeah. So those are all in my notes from last year that I have done following up. Yeah.
And the next question is, let's go to, has everyone got a copy of the Quran nearby?
Sheikh, before you continue, this is with Assalamu alaikum. So when you're doing the Amr, you also lose the last noon, correct, from the present tense?
That's right, absolutely right. Absolutely right. Now, has everyone got a copy of the Quran as well nearby? Because this whole aim is to learn Quran, understand the Quran. So if you have a copy of the Quran, that would be much appreciated.
Yes, we have, Sheikh.
Okay. So if you go to Surah, let me just get the ayah of the Quran. Ayah, let me share this as well in the group. It's going to be ayah number, let me share it as well. Surah Taha, verse number 24. Surah Taha, verse number 24. Let me just share it in the group as well. Surah Taha, verse number 24. What does it say? اذهب إلى فرعون إنه طغى. Is it in there?
Yes, we're there.
Yes, Sheikh.
Yeah. Yes, Mom.
So اذهب, I sent in the WhatsApp group as well. اذهب إلى فرعون إنه طغى. So here, اذهب. I want someone to come on the mic to explain to me what type of imperative is this. I'm going to choose Sister Sadia Sajjad. Alaykum salam. So I gave you a verse of Surah Taha. It says, اذهب إلى فرعون إنه طغى. So Sister Sukaina was explaining about the imperatives. If the middle letter has a kasra or a fatha, the hamzatul wasl comes with a kasra. So what's happening here? Tell me, explain to this me.
Is Rabb is for the
WhatsApp idhab.
yeah,
In the WhatsApp group, try to explain this for me.
so is Rabb is imperative,
No,
which
idhab.
is
Idhab.
sorry, I can't listen to, you are saying is Rabb is Rib.
No, the ayah of the Quran which I've shared, can you explain that?
And what is the sorry, I haven't seen that sharing of that.
I'll share in the chat group now. I'm just sharing the chat group now. This is the ayah of the Quran.
Izhab.
Yeah.
Izhab ila Fir'auna innahu tagha.
Correct.
So izhab is yazhabu. It is
Yazhabu, correct.
sorry again say.
Continue, please. You're not that clear.
Yazhabu, and we will instead of ja we will take it out, and it is coming from tazhabu,
Correct.
and ta we will take it out there, as it is starting with the kasra, not fatha, so it will take hamzatul wasl will take kasra, and it will make is hub, at the end we will make it as a sukoon. So instead of yazhabu, tazhabu, it will come as izhab.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you. Jazakallah. Is that clear? So the verb idhab is imperative. Originally, it was dhahaba yadhabu. Dhahaba yadhabu. And you are going is tadhabu. We drop the ta. And after the ta, the ha itself has a fatha. Tadhabu. So the ha has a fatha. For this reason, the hamzatul wasl will be given a kasra and it becomes idhab. Becomes idhab. Is that clear for everyone?
Yes, Sheikh.
Right. Sister Sadia, can you choose the next student to come on the mic, please?
I will just check there. Nobia, please, Sister Nobia.
Nobia Askari, can you come on the mic?
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Sister Nobia, can you unmute yourself again, please?
Sorry. Yes, assalamu alaikum.
Now, the next ayah, I've just shared in the actual WhatsApp group. I'm going to share it in the Zoom as well, in the chat box.
Okay.
This
I can
is,
see the WhatsApp.
yeah, so this is from Surah Dahr.
Okay.
Surah Dahr or Insan. and it's verse number 24. So Surah Dahar is Surah 76, verse number 24.
Okay. Can I read it from the WhatsApp?
Yeah, you can read it from the WhatsApp. It says, Fasbir.
Fasbir le hukme rabbika wala tote minhum asiman aw kafuran.
Afim al Kafura. Now, so because the word Fasbir, if the fa wasn't there, it would be Isbir.
Isbir.
So Hamzatul Wasl, what happens is that it comes in front of the imperatives, but if there is a word before it, the harakat of the Hamzatul Wasl becomes silent.
Right.
So if the fa wasn't there, we would read it Isbir. So
Isbir.
Explain to me, how did we come to Isbir as an imperative?
So because there's a haraka on fa, that's why it becomes, we won't put any haraka on Hamzatul Wasl. That's what you're saying.
No, originally first Isbir, what was the present tense of Isbir? How do you say you are being patient? How would you say that?
Tasbiru.
Tasbir. Excellent.
Tasbir.
From Tasbiro, now explain from Tasbiro, how did we make Isbir?
So the ta has been dropped, and then a sukoon is added at the last letter.
Correct.
And because it's getting a kasra because the third letter is no, because there's a
ba. Look at the ba.
Yeah, because there's a ba, because on the ba there's a kasra. That's why we're reading it as Isbir.
And the next question is that why do we need Hamzatul Wasl in the beginning of the sentence?
Because to make it imperative?
No. Why do we need a Hamzatul Wasl? Can we not? What is the reason behind having that's correct.
Yeah, because this if we remove the ta, the second letter doesn't have haraka. That's why.
Excellent. This is the point. The second letter after the ta, the swad is silent. That's the reason why we need to bring
Hamzatul Wasl. Yes.
Excellent. Now, sister, I want you to conjugate the 6 forms for an imperative.
For
Isbir.
Isbir, Isbira, Isbiru, Isbiri, Isbira, Isbirna.
Isbirna. Excellent. Excellent. Can you choose the next student to come on the mic?
Okay, let me have a look. Sister Batul Sumani.
Sister Batul Sumani.
She's on the top.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Sister Batul Sumani.
Yes.
Do you have a copy of the Quran nearby?
Yes, Sheikh, I have.
Okay, open Surah Baqarah.
Okay.
Verse number 34.
Okay.
I'm sharing this in the group now, and I want you to explain. It says in Surah Baqarah, وَإِذْ قُلْنَا لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ اسْجُدُوا لِآدَمَ.
Yes.
So explain to me what's happening here, please.
وَإِذْ قُلْنَا.
Yes.
Okay. وَإِذْ قُلْنَا لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ اسْجُدُوا لِآدَمَ فَسَجَدُوا إِلَّا إِبْلِيسَ. So, Sheikh, which part do you want me to explain? From Qulna you want me to explain?
I want you to explain from لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ اسْجُدُوا.
Okay,
Sheikh,
so
may I interrupt for a second? What is the ayah number, please?
I sent it in the group. It's ayah number 34. Surah Baqarah, verse number 34.
okay, so lil malaikatis judu, because of the ta that has come before it, the sin gets the sukoon and then it becomes sakin and then it is connected to it, right? So it's judu, but because of that connection it gets a sukoon. Therefore it becomes malaikatis judu.
Correct, that's tissue. Okay, now if the ta wasn't there and the word alif, sin, jim, dal, waw started a sentence, what would be the harakat of the hamzatul wasl? Look on the screen.
To me, to me it says, from my from my understanding, it should be usjudu.
Excellent. Usjudu. Why usjudu?
Because the third letter is getting a dhamma, so therefore the first hamzatul wasl gets a dhamma as well.
Not the third, the middle is a 3-letter verb. So the 3-letter is the middle letter, which is, what is the middle letter?
Jim.
Excellent. The jim has a dhamma. So for this reason, the hamzatul wasl will be given a?
Beginning with a dhamma.
Excellent. So be usjudu. Now I want you to conjugate for me all of the 6 forms of usjudu.
Usjudu, usjuda, usjudu.
So usjud.
Usjud, usjuda, usjudu, usjudi, usjuda, usjudna.
Excellent. Is this clear for everyone so far in the class?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it getting clearer, or is still? Sister Sakina, is your sister? So it was a sister Karamali. Was your sister was absent last week? Sister Sakina. Who did get a chance last week to come on the mic? So who did get a chance last week to come on the mic? Okay, let's get it's difficult. Say Sister Zainab Ramji, can you come on the mic, please?
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Sister Zainab Ramji.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you the verse of Surah Fajr. Surah Fajr. I'll give you the ayah. It says, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. أيتها النفس المطمئن ارجعي إلى ربك راضية. Yes. Explain to me this ayah. I'm going to put it on the chat box now.
Okay.
And I want to explain to me 2 things. Irji'i and fadkhuli. Let me just give you 2 seconds. Let me get it onto the. Surah Fajr is Surah 89.
89.
Yeah. So it's Surah 89, and I'm just going to send it to the group now. Verse number 28. I'm just going to post that in the group now. Explain to me the irji'i ila rabbiki radiyah. Yes. Explain this, please.
Okay. It's come from the 3-letter verb raja'a.
Excellent.
Present tense is yarji'u.
Excellent.
So when we do the command, we drop the first letter ya. So ra becomes sukun.
Ta, sister, ta.
Hata. So the second letter, so the letter ra has a sukun on it. So we add an alif. Tarji'u, because it's the jim, the middle letter has got a kasra, we will put a kasra under the alif. Irji'u, and then we remove the last dhamma and make it sukun, so it becomes irji.
Correct. And why is it, which form is this irji'i?
Irji'i. Irji'i is feminine, feminine plural.
Yep. Feminine singular.
Feminine singular.
I
Yeah.
want you to now conjugate for me all of the 6 forms. Irji.
Okay. Irji. I'm not good at this. Irji. Yeah.
Follow the same pattern here. Irji. After add alif at the end.
Irji'a. Irji'u.
Correct.
And irji'i.
Correct.
Irji'a. Irji'na.
Irji'na. Was that difficult?
Yeah, irji'na.
Irji'na. Excellent. You got it. Excellent. Jazakallah. Thank you ever so much. Next person. Is it clear? Is it clear for you?
Yes, thank you.
We are welcome. Next person I'm going to ask is Sister Farhana Zadi.
Salam alaikum.
Alaikum salam, Sister Farhana. Sister Farhana, I've just posted. Okay. Let me just. I think you may not have received it. Well, just one second. Did you receive the next example?
فادخلي.
Yeah, wadkhuli.
فادخلي.
Yeah. Explain that.
So it's like past tense is دخل, and then مزارع is يدخل.
Correct.
And the تدخل is the second person.
Correct.
First conjugate تدخل, and then when we'll remove ta and replace with hamza wasl.
Excellent.
And because kha has zamma, so hamza wasl will have zamma on it. That will make it udkhul. And on the last letter, like lam will have jazm, sukun. So that will be udkhul. And if I conjugate it, it will be udkhul, udkhula, udkhulu, udkhili, udkhula, udkhilna.
Udkhulna.
Udkhulna, sorry.
Udkhulna. Right. Thank you ever so much. Yes, sister.
I have a question regarding all of these conjugations. In a couple of the examples you gave, where it was a feminine.
Yeah.
But you are actually, my understanding is that you're talking about not gerakil, you are talking about akil. So why is there a conjugation that is feminine here? Does that make sense? I don't know. Wadkhuli, you said wadkhuli is a command for feminine people, right?
Very good question. Let me explain to yourself. If you go to the ayah, Ya ayyatuhan nafsul mutma'innatu, it's referring to the soul. The soul is feminine. So can you see Ya ayyatuhan nafsul mutma'innatu? So an-nafsu, it's the sif mawsuf. The adjective, what type of soul is this? Al-mutma'innatu. Can you see the adjective for the actual nafs? A tranquil soul. So because the soul is feminine, the imperative is referring to the soul itself. Irji'i, O you soul, return to your Lord.
All right, so you're not necessarily referring to like human masses, you're referring to a soul, and the soul is feminine.
Exactly.
Oneness.
Exactly.
Thank you.
That's irji'i and fadkhuli, wadkhuli, so forth.
Is all shows feminine?
The words with nafs is feminine, yes, doctor.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Right. Is this clear for everyone in the class? If it's not clear, please come on the mic. If it's not clear for anyone, please come on the mic. Feel free. I'm here to help and support yourselves. I'm going to choose then Sister Sabira Kanji. Can I choose you?
Salam Mulana.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Right, Sister Sabira Kanji. I'm going to move on to the slides and go to the next phase. Just give me 2 seconds. Let me just get the slide on the screen. How are you doing, by the way?
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
Right.
I'm finding the fast track class a bit.
I'm the reason why I am pushing, even yourselves, you're the same. You may be on the third deck or the fourth deck, but everyone is on the same boat. So inshallah, everyone is going to get the same information, and the way I'm going to teach them is exactly the same. The only thing is that you may be a couple of lessons behind, but we're all on the same boat. Okay, let's come here. Now, over here, remember this handout which I shared with you the past couple of weeks? It's on the screen. Is it shared?
I can't see it actually.
Okay, give me 2 seconds. Let me share on the screen. Apologies. It did. Can you see now?
مفعول بالتاء. Yes.
مفعول مطلق, yeah? Okay, now here, so ما هو المفعول به? What is مفعول به? Now, when we said المفعول به هو اسم. So how did we translate it last week? المفعول به, المفعول به, it is a noun.
That indicates.
Is that clear, Sister Sabia?
Right, so it is a noun, and
The word dalla, now the word dalla, whenever a verb comes, so this is a generic meaning, whenever a verb comes, you can either translate it as he, or if it's referring to non-living, then it will be translated as it. So that's the reason why I wrote he or it indicates. You should have put it in an S at the end. Indicate. And what ala means on, ma means what. The verb waqa'a. The verb waqa'a. Waqa'a. The past tense is waqa'a. The present tense is yaqa'u. The word waqa'a comes in the Quran. It comes in meaning he happened, or fall, or occur, or it occurred. That is the meaning of waqa'a.
Okay.
Now, can you conjugate for me the 14 forms for the past tense of waqa'a?
Okay. Huwa waqa'a.
Yep.
Huma waqa'a. Hum waqa'u. Hiya waqa'at.
Excellent.
Huma waqa'ata.
Excellent.
Hunna waqa'na.
Excellent.
Anta waqa'ta. Antuma waqa'tuma. Antum waqa'tum. Anti waqa'ti. Antuma waqa'tuma. Antunna waqa'tunna. Ana waqa'tu. Nahnu waqa'na.
Excellent. MashaAllah. Thank you ever so much. How do you define that?
So the conjugation of the 14 ones is easier than the
Present. Okay, the Amr. I'll revise the Amr again and again until you become experts in the Amr itself. So don't worry about that. Now, I'm just going to share with you. Right, do you have a copy of the Quran? Alaikum assalam, sister.
Just one thing, for waqa'a, you've written yaqa'a. Is that the correct present form?
Thank you. It should be yaqa'u. It should be a dhamma at the end.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Sister Zahra. I forgot. Yaqa'u should be a dhamma.
So Sheikh, for this one, how would you do Amr? Because it's a two.
You just hold on. That's the question I'm going to teach you today. So that's the reason why I actually started off with imperatives to lead you towards there. So it's good that you're ahead of me. You're thinking ahead of me and thinking of what Sheikh is going to teach today. Yes, that is what I'm trying to teach you today. Imperatives of weak letter verbs. So that's really good that you've reached the point where I want everyone to reach. Where is it gone? Let's go to Surah. Let me just show you example of waqa'a in the Quran. There are many ayats of the Quran, but I'm just going to give you one example so that everyone has an example that these words are used often in the Quran. So let me just share of Surah Waqi'ah. That's the easiest one. Give me 2 seconds. Two seconds. So this is the first ayah of Surah Waqi'ah. Either waqa'a, it should be waqa'at, but because there is an alif after the word waqa'at and there's alif lam, so we give it the waqa'at, the feminine, we give it a kasra to join it on. Is that clear? Is that clear, class?
No,
Please
Sheikh, I
repeat
didn't
again.
get it.
No, Maulana Sawab, I didn't get it.
So the word waqa'at, as you can see in the
What surah number is it, Sheikh?
Surah Waqi'ah.
Surah, yeah.
Okay, Surah Waqi'ah. Let me share it to you. Oh, la hawla.
Surah 56.
56.
56.
So Surah Waqi'ah, Surah 56 itself. Waqa'at. So originally it was waqa'at, and because after the word waqa'at there's alif lam, so because there's alif lam and the lam, to join the lam with a ta, there's iltiqai sakin, and alif is sakin, the ta is sakin as well. So because of this, you give the ta for the feminine a kasra to join on to the next word. This is a generic ruling for this.
Why not Fatah, Maulana?
That is because if it's fatah, you may get it confused with anta waqata, whereas a kasra, waqa'at, it's easier, and that's the reason why the Arabs have given it. This is a generic ruling, which mainly a sukoon, a ta with a sukoon changes to a kasra to join on to the next word.
Is that called a helping vowel?
Sorry?
Is that called a helping vowel?
Yes, that is right. That's right. That is right. So waqa'atil. So this is, it was waqa'at, this is the past tense. Now I'm going to give you the present tense of the same verb, Surah Hajj, verse number 65. Let me just share that as well. Surah Hajj, which is Surah number 22, ayah number 65. I'm going to give you the present tense of this verb itself.
Verse number, sorry?
65. So I'm just sharing in the group now. Astaghfirullah. So this is so here you have antaka'a. Why it the reason why it's coming with a fatha, the ayn with a fatha, it's because of the alif noon. Can you see alif noon at the front? Antaka'a. If the alif noon wasn't there, it would be recited as taka'o. It will be read as, everyone,
Taka'u.
taka'o. Okay. Now, I
So
think
An is the controller.
sorry, An
Is like an Amil.
yes, An is the one which is controlling it, and it's making it into a fatha. Let me just check. Give me 1 second. I think I did share the word taka'o with you in the group. No, it didn't.
So it makes it mansub.
It makes it
Mansub.
Do you want me to give you? Do you want me to share with you all of the actual 14 forms for the present tense now?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Okay, just 1 second. Let me just find my. Okay, and then I'm going to ask someone to conjugate them for me. 1 second. Stop. I'll share this as a PDF file, but because this is a live class, so I'll create the PDF file afterwards. Just 1 second. I'm just getting making the conjugation for you. Waka'a, yaka'o, present tense. The reason why I'm teaching you in this method is that it becomes much more clearer for yourselves. It's difficult for me. The way I'm teaching you now, it's more difficult for me, but I'm deliberately taking the difficult route for myself so that I can give you the best method of teaching and maximize your understanding, even though you may find a struggle, but keep on going and I'll get you to the destiny which you need to reach, inshallah. Right. I'm going to ask one of the students to come on the mic. Sister.
Can I ask you, Sheikh,
Yeah.
can I ask you something?
Go ahead.
Yeah. You know, in that sama'a an taqa'a, yeah?
Yep.
So after an,
Yep.
shouldn't it be alif at taqa'a?
No, so I'll explain that. I'll explain that. Give me 2 seconds. As you're on the mic, sister, can you conjugate for me all of the present tense? So, can you see? Has everyone got the present tense or not? Did everyone receive it in their WhatsApp group?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Now, sister, Sister Kanani, are you there?
Yes, I am here.
Right. The present tense, I've sent it in the chat box as well. This is on the pattern of fataha yaftahu, fataha yaftahu, waqa'a yawqa'u. So yawqa'u was a present tense originally, but yawqa'u, or write this down how you spell that yawqa'u. It was difficult for the Arabs to read yawqa'u. Yawqa'u. Difficult to read. Difficult to read. Changed to yaqa'u. Of course, there's a whole complete sequence of how you do this, but I am making it concise because I just want to teach you the actual patterns and then I'll teach you the rulings afterwards. So I'll just send that now. So yawqa'u becomes yaqa'u. So can you read it now, Sister Najma Kanani? Yaqa'u, yaqa'ani. Go ahead.
Yaqa'a.
No, yaqa'u. No, it should, always the present tense. Last letter should have a dhamma.
Yaqa'u, yaqa'ani, yaqa'una, yaqa'u, yaqa'u, taqa'u, 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 taqa'ani, yaka'na,
correct.
Yaka'na, taka'u, taka'ani, taka'una, taka'ina.
Correct. Taka'ani, taka'na.
Taka'na,
correct.
Taka'na, aka'u, naka'u.
Naka'u. Now, this verb, which I'm trying to teach you, there are so many different other verbs in the Quran which come in the same pattern. Does anyone want to give me an example which a verb in the Quran which comes on the same pattern? So this is just a template which I'm teaching you, and there are many other verses in the Quran which come on the same pattern itself. Right. Okay, that's fine. I'll give you examples myself. Who wants to, is it clear for you, Sister Najma now?
Yes, it is.
So dhahaba yadhabu would be one, Sheikh?
Yeah, dhahaba yadhabu is one of them. The other word, wasala. Now, the word. No. I'll give you an example. In Surah Inshirah, alam nashrah laka sadra wa wada'na. The word wada'a. Wada'a means he put. That is on the same pattern as the one which I'm trying to teach you now. In Surah Inshirah. Wada'a, I'll write this down in the Arabic. Wada'a, wada'tu means he puts. He puts.
Wajada?
Wajada, excellent.
You meant with the weak letter.
Yeah, weak letters. Wajada is another one as well. Wajada.
Wasala.
Wasala is another one as well.
So can I just, this is what I'm thinking. So I just want to see if I'm thinking right, yeah?
Yep.
Like, if you have dhahaba,
Yep.
so it is yadhabu.
Correct.
And I want to go into the present tense.
Yep.
But if it is a weak letter, I just omit that weak letter.
No, not always, no. That's not okay. Some of the present tense in the weak letters, the waw remains.
Wow remains.
Yeah, in some of them it remains, and some of them it completely gets omitted.
Okay. This one is omitted, isn't it?
Yes, and this one is omitted. So that's the reason why I'm actually pushing everything across. I'm teaching you morphology and I'm teaching you grammar, all of them together, so that I can get yourself onto the level of understanding that I can teach you Quran now or teach you tafsir in the Arabic language, because all of these things are a preliminary to understand Quran.
Okay, thank you.
So that's I will teach you all of the examples. There is a set in the Arabic. The good thing is that the Arabic language, it has set templates and set patterns for which verb which will come on which pattern. So inshallah, I'll go through them and I will explain these examples. Now, Sister Tahrina.
Ji Sheikh, Assalamu alaikum.
Sister Tahrina, I need your expertise.
I'm not expert.
Sister Tahrina, are you there?
Yeah, I am here, but I'm not expert. I'm just learning with you.
You're always learning. Okay, now Yaka'o, there's a mistake by the Ain should have a dhamma. I forgot to put a dhamma, I put a fatha there. Yaka'o.
Yeah.
Yaka'o is the present tense. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Now, the imperative. How are we going to make the imperative? Imperative is going to make from you, anta taqa'u. You are falling, or it is occurring, or you are occurring. Now, in the previous one, like tadribu, in tadribu, the letter after the harf mudari, which is a ta, it was with a sukun, correct?
Yeah.
In taqa'u, what's happening to the qaf?
Yeah, in taqa'u, kaf is also kaf has a haraka. So that's why it's don't need hamzatul wasl. So ka. So the imperative is ka, and if I conjugate the ka in another form, so it's ka.
No, not ka. 1 second. It's ka.
Yeah, it's ka.
Yep.
Ka, ka u, ka I, ka ka na.
Excellent.
The last one is ka na. Antunna ka na.
Is that clear what Sister Tahrina said? Sister Kulsoom Behmani, you asked this question and Sister Tahrina answered your question.
Yes, thank you.
So the reason why the present tense, after the ta, the qaf is mutaharrik. So that's the reason why there is no need to bring hamzatun wasl. Sister Zahra Jamal.
What does it mean? Sorry, what does it mean?
Waqa'a means it occurred, it happened, or it fell.
Okay.
It has different meanings. Sister Zahra, are you there?
Yes, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Alaikum salam. Sister Zahra, let me just give you an ayah of the Quran, and I want you to tell me. Give me 1 second. The verb I'm going to give you is the following. in the chat box, I sent wada'a. I sent wada'a. Did you get that? Yes, in the group?
In the WhatsApp?
Yeah, in the WhatsApp group.
Yes.
Hasn't come in the chat box yet.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
Yeah, I get it. Wada'a, he put.
Yeah, I'm just gonna check the send that in the group now. Just 2 seconds.
I don't see whether.
Just 2 seconds. Let me just send it across. I think I've got it now. There you go.
Yes.
Now, explain to the class how are we going to make the imperative for this now?
So yada'u would be the madari.
Yep.
Then for the second person, it will be tada'u.
Correct.
When we remove the ta, the da still has a haraka. So no need to put the hamzatul wasl. And it will be a da.
Correct.
With the ain, we'll take a jazm. So it will be da, da'a, da'u, da'i, da'a, da'na.
Excellent. Is that clear for everyone or not? Please feel free. Please, I'm more than happy that you say, Sheikh, you're just being, you're making no sense to me at all. And go again, explain it again. I'm more than happy.
Sheikh, what does mutaharrik mean?
Mutaharrik, yeah.
Transportable, movable, can go. Yes.
Mutaharrik means something which is having a haraka. It has a fatha, kasra, or a dhamma haraka.
I see. Okay. All right.
So, Sheikh, one question for wajada.
Yes.
It would become yajidu.
Yajidu, present tense, correct.
So it would so the ja still maintains its haraka.
It maintains its kasra. Wajada yajidu. So yajidu, jim has a kasra.
So how do you determine that is coming? That comes from its present tense, correct? If the present tense has a kasra, then that kasra stays, and then for the amar it would be jid.
Excellent. The imperative comes. So remember, excellent. So remember that I shared with everyone in the class. Let me show you something else as well. So this is here. This is my tutorial lessons. Wa'ada ya'idu. So here the ayn has a kasra like the one wajada yajidu. Imperative will be jid. The imperative will be Sister Kulthum?
Jid.
Yeah, conjugate for me now. All the 6 form. Jid.
It will be jid, jida.
Yes.
Jidu.
Yes.
Jidi.
Excellent.
Jida, jidda.
Excellent. Excellent. MashaAllah. Sister Zebul Sakanji, you're quiet. You're remaining quiet. It's making me scared.
I'm also scared myself.
I didn't hear that.
Assalamualaikum.
Alaikum salam. How are you?
Alhamdulillah.
How are you finding it?
I'm finding it. This repetition is very nice. I'm just going behind in the imperative and all this, and getting it back because it was a bit far away when we learned last. So it's becoming now
Clear.
clear. Yeah.
Okay. Alhamdulillah. I'm going to ask you the question now. Wa'ada. Quran, there's many ayats of the Quran where it says wa'adallah, wa'adallah, wa'adalladhina amanu. There's many ayats of the Quran. Now, wa'ada means he promised. Present tense is ya'idu.
Yes.
Pattern of dharaba, yadribu. The imperative will be id.
Yes.
Can you conjugate for me id?
Id, Aida, Idu, Idi, Ida, Idina, Idina.
Idna. Excellent. I'm going to send you ayats of the Quran.
Yes.
Where it comes wa'ada. Now, can you choose another student to come on the mic, please?
Sorry, Sheikh, can I ask a question?
Bismillah, Sis Batul.
Okay, I remember there's an ayat in the Quran that says wa'idna.
Wa'idna.
Okay, now this id is just the amr and then the wa is added and then the na is added from that side,
No,
right?
no. So wa'ada yuwa'idu, it's another, the ayah which you're referring to.
I think Surah Taha.
No, Surah Baqarah. Surah
Yes,
Baqarah, verse number 51.
wa'idna Musa.
وَإِذْ وَعَدْنَا مُوسَى
Yes, wa'iz wa'adna Musa.
Yeah.
Wa'idna. Okay.
So here, we've gone on a slight tangent. Let me just help you there. Let me just see if I can find that file. Give me 2 seconds. Right. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
As you can see in the وَإِذْ وَعَدْنَا Musa, here, we need to look here now whether this...
Nothing on the WhatsApp.
Sorry, doctor?
It's not on the WhatsApp.
Look on the screen, doctor. Look on the screen.
The screen. Okay, thank you. I'll get this out then. Thank you. Yes.
We need to look at وَإِذْ وَعَدْنَا. Let me send you the ayah of the Quran, which his sister is referring to. Give me 2 seconds. So everyone is aware of what we're talking about.
Okay.
2 seconds. Now, what we need to look at here now, in wa'adna, so alif, ayn, dal, noon is coming together. When you come across a verb, you need to look how many letters are the root letters. What are the root letters?
Wa'ada.
Wa'ada
is a root letter.
Wa'ada is a root letter. So the alif is the additional letter, yes?
Yes.
So in the Arabic language, we have 3-letter verbs and you have mazid fi verbs with the additional letters. So if you look at this chart, akrama has the alif extra. Sarrafa, you have the shadda on the ra, which is representing the extra ra.
That's right.
Dharaba, there's after the root word is a dharaba. After you're having the alif here. Adna is on the same pattern as here.
Okay.
So it's a different pattern. So the present tense of dharaba is yudharibu.
Mufa'ilu.
Mufa'ala, exactly. And the imperative is dharib.
Fa'il.
Yeah, dharib.
Sheikh, does that mean that from a 3-letter verb, it has become a 4-letter verb?
That's right. So we sometimes change the 3-letter verb to a 4-letter verb to a 5-letter verb to alter or change the meaning itself.
So Sheikh, wa'ada would be yuwa'idu?
Wa'ada yuwa'idu, yes.
Can you go over the conjugation for wa'ada? Because I'm a little bit confused on that one, please.
Okay. So wa'ada is on the pattern of dharaba yadribu. So wa'ada yu'idu. Originally it was yu'idu. Yu'idu, the waw has been dropped and it becomes ya'idu. So ya'idu, the ayn has a kasra. Now when we make the imperative, we drop the first letter in the beginning, which is a ta, ta'idu. The dal comes with a sukoon and it becomes id. Look at the chat box, sister. Behmani.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and it becomes ida. Sorry, I haven't sent that yet. Give me 2 seconds. Let me send that across now. Give me 2 seconds. I forgot I did. Sorry, my mistake. If give me 2 minutes. But what I'm teaching here, please, if you can write this on your own handwriting, that would be much appreciated because you will help me to teach you this. It will make my life more difficult in teaching you. So please, if you can write this down in your own handwriting, that would be much appreciated. So that you know that the present tense, if you need to practice one verb, if you memorize this and learn this properly, I don't want to teach you any other verb on the same pattern as this, because there'll be many other verbs in the Arabic language coming on the same pattern.
Present tense would become
Ya'id.
yeah.
Wa'ada's present tense, if you look on the screen, let me show you on the screen, weak letters. Wa'ada, present tense is ya'idu.
All right.
I see the screen.
And then
Oh, yes.
is that clear, sister? Is that clear?
Thank you.
Can everyone do me a favor, please? Everyone who's participated in today's class, send me a message that Sheikh, I was present in today's class, and then I am going to spend with everyone in the class 15 minutes, not this week, but the week after, next week, after Arba'in, I'm going to spend 15 to half an hour with every student to teach you and go through it and give you a one-to-one session where I can test everyone, help and support everyone. Can everyone message me, please?
Sure, Sheikh.
Okay, so inshallah, after the buy-in, I'll spend half an hour, 15 minutes with everyone, and I'll cover this with everyone individually, and assess everyone as well individually as well.
Is that
Sheikh,
message
your
to
personal
number or in the Tuesday late Arabic class?
If you want to choose a late class, send it now, or if you want to send it in the fast track group, send it in the fast track group so that I will pick up on everyone, and I'll make a timing for everyone that I can spend 15 minutes, half an hour with everyone in the group.
To say what? To learn what, sir?
So what I want everyone to do, I want everyone to practice waqa'a. I'll attend the group, waqa'a, yaqa'u, and the imperative qa, and also practice wa'ada, ya'idu, past, present, and imperative.
Inshallah.
So just follow me. I am trying to make it as easy as possible, but you just need to work a little hard with me, and I will inshallah get you through this. Once you master this, Sister Tahrina, what do you think?
Inshallah, Sheikh, one day if we will master in this, we will learn syntax and morphology and Quran together.
Inshallah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to give you as much as possible. But the question is, everyone, if you find it too difficult, I'll dilute the lessons. What is the overwhelming opinion? If it's too difficult, because I am giving you extra supplementary information, trying to excel your learning and give you more information. But if it's too much to absorb, I will dilute them and go back to the book and give you a diluted version and follow the system of the book. What is the
It's challenging, but alhamdulillah, I think it's good.
Ji, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Bilkis?
Yeah, ji, I think it is good. If we do our homework, then inshallah it will be okay.
Right. I want some negatives as well.
So if I say, I'm thinking that if we can finish book 3, and then maybe we'll be fluent in this to practice.
Yeah, so the reason why I'm doing it now is that I want to give you as much practice as possible. I can give you another option as well. If you want me to just practice on one thing at a time, for example, rather than working on verbs and working on grammar, I can practice on one thing at a time rather than working on both. I can practice on one if that's going to be easier for you.
Okay.
Do you prefer? Because I am practicing on both verbs, conjugation, teaching different patterns, and also teaching grammar. If you feel that you want to concentrate on one and then work on the other in the next book, I'm willing to do that as well. But I'm trying to maximize everything so that everyone benefits from the opportunity they have itself. So what do you want me to do?
Yeah, but then if everybody agreeing to do the way you wanted to teach us, 1-to-1 and all this, and then we start book 3, then it's fine. We'll write it down and then we'll practice and read and listen to your videos. Then I think YouTube, then I think it'll be fine.
Okay.
But you have to practice more and listen more and observe more.
So what I'm thinking is this then. It says, Sabir, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Now, what I'm thinking of doing itself is that maybe if you feel this better, I may take this suggestion on board. What I can do is that I can go through all of the verbs at once. For example, all of the different patterns of verbs in the Arabic language, so that we master them. Once we mastered one thing, then we can move on to the next thing, which is the Arabic grammar.
Okay.
If you want to do it this way, I'm more than happy to. But what I was trying to do, I was trying to mix both of them together, verb, conjugation, and the grammar, so that within one lesson, you're getting a taster of both of the actual sciences together. But if you feel that, let's focus on one subject at a time, because you have other commitments and not able to give as much time as the Arabic language requires, I'm happy to do that as well.
So, when you go through the book and you come across a grammatical sentence that you think the analysis would be good for us,
yep.
I think that was also working well, because it was small chunks of verb conjugation, small chunks of morphology, etc. Sometimes it becomes too intense and it becomes hard, so the brain starts to think, I can't do this. This is too hard.
Okay, that's perfect.
Everybody else thinks, but that's how I feel.
No, that's fine, because everyone's feedback is important for me, because I don't want to pressurize yourself, because I know everyone's working as well. So, okay, what I'm going to do now is that I will concentrate with yourselves from next lesson. Next Tuesday there'll be no lesson because of Arba'in. So what I'm going to do from next week and for the next couple of weeks, I'm going to concentrate and focus with everyone on the basic verb conjugations, because I need everyone to master the verbs so that I can move on to the next phase. So what I was trying to do here is I was trying to give you a bit of both grammar and morphology. So inshallah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to send you some information across, but please practice wa'ada and wa'ada ya'idu and wada'a waqa'a yaqa. Practice that, and inshallah next couple of weeks I will then concentrate on this itself. All of these verbs here, I'll concentrate on this, and I'll give you examples within the Quran where these different patterns are being used in different formats. Okay, once I've done this, then I will go through this sheet here where it's got different verbs with weak letters in there and give you examples from the Quran. Once I've covered that, then I will go through the actual grammatical aspect of the Arabic language as well, inshallah. Is that okay with everyone?
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yeah, I think better, Maulana. Definitely.
Yeah. Because I think I know I'm pushing quite hard with everyone, trying to give them so much information. Sometimes giving too much information when the actual utensil is not willing to accept it, it can backfire and be a backlash. So what do you think, Zahra Jamal?
Sheikh, we did the conjugations. We worked a lot on the conjugations in book 1 and book 2 on the regular verbs, but we have not touched the weak verbs yet.
I know.
That is why we are facing a bit of challenge in that. So if you can practice more on the weak verbs.
Yeah, so one
and
minute.
then start the chart.
I'll need to go through this sheet first. Once I have done this itself, explain this, then I'll go for the weak verbs, because this is very important as well. Like sister Butul Sumani asked the question, وَإِذْ وَعَدْنَا مُوسَى 40 لَيْلَةً. So that itself is a question related to the verb conjugations.
Okay.
So what I'll do that itself, and then we'll go through the next phase, inshallah. Okay. So
Inshallah.
Sheikh, the imperative for the wa'adna is wa'id.
Wa'id, correct. Correct. Wa'id. So inshallah, what we're going to do, we're going to change slight approach, but we'll reach the same destiny, but in a different method itself. But how was it today? Was it making clear, and was it useful, or was it just a bit overwhelming?
It was very useful, very good. I enjoyed doing the weak verbs because I really think that we should need to work more on that.
Okay, that's fine. So before I start with the weak verbs, I'll need to spend about 3 sessions on this particular. I'll send this in the group as well. Have a look at them, and inshallah I'll practice with them with you, and then I'll go through all of the weak verbs, get yourself more familiar, and then inshallah we'll go through the next phase, okay? Okay, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. So, dua, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad, Allahumma kulli waliyika al-hujjat al-hasan, صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليل عينا حتى تسكنه أرضك أو تمتع فيها طويلا واجعلنا من أنصار وشيتك وجندك برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وأجل فرجهم. So I'm going to spend time with everyone. I've got everyone's numbers and everyone who's participated, and inshallah from next week Tuesday I'll be arranging time with everyone so that I can practice one-to-ones as well with everyone, inshallah. Okay.
Could you please send the recording of this tonight?
Yes, Doctor, I will send you the recording now, and then you can go through it as well. So I'm going to just post it in the chat box.
Next week, there won't be any class, right?
No, next week, because of Arba'in, there'll be no class.
Okay.
Nasu dua fi amanillah.
Jazakallah.
Muhtaj dua.
Jazakallah. Fi amanillah.